The Godox Lux Master is this light right here that definitely reminded me of a Jedi lightsaber from Star Wars. Some people think it does look more like a neuralizer, that thing that makes you forget in Men in Black. You guys let me know in the comments what you think it looks more like, but this is the light that I'm going to be talking about in today's video. I want to give a quick thanks to Godox for providing me with this light for this review. When I first saw this light at WPPI, I was really excited because again, it did look like a lightsaber, but it did look pretty cool and very retro, and usually I don't mind those retro flashes, but this one looked too much like a lightsaber, so I really wanted to review it. To start off my review of this light, I did want to talk about some of the different things that are on the light before going into the menu, and then finally showing you guys a behind the scenes look into a photo shoot that I did using this light that's going to be at the end of the video. On the very top of the light, you can see that there is going to be a protector for the bulb. I'm going to take that off using this little release right here above the red button. I'm going to push that down and then rotate the protector, the bulb protector, and then now I have it off. And you can see now that there is going to be a brand new mount on this Lux Master that was made specifically to use these smaller modifiers that are made for this light. Here's a little bit of a closer look of that mount. Here is that exact same mount, but this is on the fan type reflector. That's the one that comes with this light. I'll show you guys how to put it on in a second, but let me go over some of the other features that are on this light as well. When you turn the light a little bit from the front, you can see that there is going to be an optical sensor in case you want to make use of the slave modes of this light. And you can also see that there's going to be a nice grip here for anybody who might hand hold this light and use it, or have somebody else hold the light. The grip is really nice. I think it's like a faux leather type of texture. On the bottom of that grip is going to be a USB-C port and a PC sync port. The USB-C port is going to be for charging the light. On an empty battery, I think it takes 2 hours to fully charge this light. And speaking in terms of power, I believe you get about 460 full powered flashes from this light when it's fully charged. You can also use that same USB-C port to do any sort of firmware updates to the light as well. On the bottom of the light, you can see that there is going to be a 1/4 thread with some indents on the top and the bottom. That is very familiar to the design of the Godox AD300 Pro, the 200 Pro, and the 100 Pro. And I know this because I do have the adapter for those lights, and you can see that it does have those same little indents on the top and bottom of the screw. This is actually how I connected this light to a monopod when I did use it for that photo shoot that I did last week. And the last thing that I almost forgot is going to be on the bottom. You can see that there is going to be a lanyard hole in case you do have any sort of lanyards. You can connect them to this light, and I don't believe this light does come with a lanyard in the box. With the features outside of this light, I wanted to save this red button for the last because I find it to be the coolest, which is going to be the button that you press to take out the bulb. And here is a closer look of the bulb so you can see exactly how it looks like in terms of design on the bulb itself. This light was designed to be a little bit more of a direct flash kind of light because it's a very retro look with the direct flash, but you can adjust it to be facing up. And unfortunately, that's the limit of the mobility in terms of where it can rotate, because it can't swivel left or right and it can't tilt back. It just has that limited range of going from top to forward. So now that I have the bulb out and facing forward, I am going to attach the fan type reflector. I'm going to match the mounts together, which I'm kind of being cautious to do. There's a little bit of pressure, a little bit of resistance, so I pressed against it and then I twist, and you can see that it did lock into place. And now I can just open it up and show you guys exactly how that looks like once it's opened up. And here is the final mode of this fan type reflector with it enabled onto the Godox Lux Master. It's very mesmerizing. But again, this is just one option in terms of how you can modify the light. You actually do have a dome, which I'm about to bring out and show you guys, and you have a softbox as well as a standard regular kind of reflector type that I don't have with me but is available to purchase. Here is the box for the modifier, that dome modifier, which is called the LMR28. I'm gonna take it out and I'm gonna connect it so you guys can see how easy it is to connect. Again, you just need to match the mounts, give a little bit of press against the mount, and then twist it, and then you can hear that it locked into place. So here is the light with the modifier attached to it. This is going to be a setup primarily for anybody who does events and wants to bounce the light on the ceiling. This is going to provide a nice wider spread of light so you can bounce it a lot easier, or it's going to be anybody who just wants a wider spread of light in general. And here is the softbox for the Godox Lux Master called the Godox LMS25. I'm going to do my best to show you guys how to assemble it, but it is a little difficult. So let me just try my best. I'm making sure that the screw is exactly where it needs to be. And now I just need to rotate the screw, and I believe it's going to stay into place. And yes, I did do it correctly, thank goodness. And now you can see exactly how it looks like once it's assembled. It does come with an outside diffusion panel, just in case you were wondering, so I'm going to attach that right now. And here is how it looks like when the softbox is attached to the Godox Lux Master. One thing I did want to let you guys know about is how it actually connects to the light. It was a little tricky. I didn't actually hear it snap into place, and it was a little tricky in terms of how I connected it. I did match the mounts together and press down a little bit, but in order to actually connect the softbox to the light, I had to hold down the release and then turn it slightly and then let go of the release, and then I was turning it and it felt like it was already on. Even though I didn't hear that click, it was attached to the softbox. Just wanted to throw that out there because it was difficult to attach the softbox to the light, and in case you guys experienced that difficulty, know that you're not alone. And once again, this is actually the setup that I used for the photo shoot that I'm about to show you guys at the end of the video. Now that you guys know how the light looks like on the outside and some of the modifiers that you can use with this light, let me go ahead and now show you guys the menu. Right now the light is turned off, so I'm going to show you guys how to turn it on, and it's very simple. All you need to do is click on this menu/power button for about 2 seconds. You'll see it says Godox. If you get the flashpoint version, it should say flashpoint. And then you just need to rotate the dial to the correct direction, which I believe I'm doing, yes. And then there you can see the display, which shows the group, the mode that the light is in, the power output in the center, and then a battery indicator on the bottom. Whenever you use this light, you actually can use the set button right there and the dial to change different things with the light, or you can use the touch functionality. So in case you want to change the output of this light, you can actually use the dial to do that, or you can just tap on the power output. And on the left side, you can see you can change it in terms of full stops, or on the right side, you can change it in 1/10 increments. And again, if you want to use the touch functionality, you need to swipe, I believe, this way in order to go back to the display. And again, you can either enter the menu by hitting this menu/power button, or you can just swipe down and you can see that the first option right there is mode. With this first mode option, once you click on that, you can see that you can change it from manual, multi, which is the stroboscopic mode, I believe they call that. There's an auto mode, which is going to be something that you need to enable and also buy another additional cable when you want to use this light with a film camera. And then of course on the bottom, you have the TTL option. But for my case, I'm gonna switch back to manual because that's the mode that I prefer. In this wireless option, once you click on that, you can see that you can change the channel, the group, and the ID of the light. But actually in the Lux Master and the new X3 transmitter by Godox, you can actually sync both the transmitter with the light by using the new wireless sync button. Right now I have the Lux Master on channel 1, and I do have it on group A, as well as no ID function at all. But once I click on that wireless sync button, then it's gonna sync all those different things to what the transmitter's on, which is gonna be actually channel 11 with the ID function of 11. And I can actually show you guys that right now. Let me just try to get both in focus. I'm gonna swipe down on the X3 transmitter, and then I'm gonna hit setting. And then right there on the top where it says wireless, I'm gonna tap on that, and you can see it says wireless sync on the bottom. And now I'm gonna tap on that on the light, and then tap on that on the transmitter. And now the light now matches the channel and the ID of this transmitter. The next option in the menu is the setting, which shows you a bunch of other things like slave 1 or slave 2. You can enable that function. You can change the reflector type. This light does have a couple different accessories that you can use to modify the light, and that's where you want to make sure that the reflector in the menu matches the reflector that you're actually using. Right now I do have it on the softbox option because I used it with the softbox last, but you also have the dome option, and you have the standard kind of reflector type for this light, which is I believe an additional purchase, or you can change it to the fan reflector type, which is what they call it, Godox calls it, which is going to be the one that comes with this light. On the left bottom here, you do have the option of changing when the screen goes to sleep in case that's something that you're worried about in terms of battery. And on the bottom right, you do have the option of changing when you want the light to turn off. You can change it from 60 minutes to 30 minutes, or you can just have it so that it's always on. On the top left of the second page, you can see the beep option. That is going to allow you to disable the beep sound in case you want to be a little bit more quiet when you're shooting with this light. On the bottom left, you can see you can change the brightness of the screen. Right now I do have it at full brightness. Maybe I'll just adjust it to be somewhere right there because I think it's better for the video. And then you can see on the top left, that's a feature that I was really excited about, not for myself, but more so other people, because when you tap on that, you can change it from fractions, or if you don't prefer fractions and you prefer full numbers, you can actually change it to that by clicking on that 2.0 option. On the bottom left is going to be where you can change the language. Of course, I want it to be in English. And then on the very last page is going to be where you can reset the device on the left side there. And then on the right side, you can see where it shows you the device info. And back here on the display, you can see that it's no longer fractions and it's actually full numbers now. In case you guys were wondering what comes in the box, I actually want to do a little bit of a fake unboxing with you guys here. So here is how the box looks like, which is actually really nice. You can see that the back side here, it shows the flash with the reflector on it. You can see on the side, it says Godox Lux Master. I'm going to just take off this sleeve here and then show you guys how it looks like. You can see again, it says Lux Master on the box there. And then I'm going to just take off that front part and then show you guys how it looks like on the inside. This nice design right here is actually going to be on the top. I did actually remove it before opening the box, so that's how it looks like when you get the box. And I'm going to take that off now, and you can see that now there's a little bit of a ribbon here that you can pull to actually take out the light. And in my reel on Instagram where I used this light, where I showed a little bit of an unboxing, I was having a little bit of struggle there and how I took out the light, but that's how you take it out with that ribbon. The light does come with this nice carrying case right here. It's actually a nice material on the outside, and there's actually a little pouch here. You can kind of see it right here. This pouch is going to be to hold the fan type reflector. So once I disassemble the fan type reflector, this one right here, then I can put this into that little pouch in the carrying case. On the bottom of these two boxes, which have the USB-C port and the PC sync port, you can see that there is going to be the flash bracket. In case you want to attach your camera to your light, you want to make use of this bracket because that's exactly what it was made for. And the light itself doesn't have any sort of mounting system to go into the hot shoe of your camera. And even if it did, it would be a little bit too big and bulky and a little bit too high for any sort of realistic use. Another interesting about this flash bracket, before I forget to mention it, is it actually has the Arca Swiss type design on the side of it. So you can attach this bracket and the camera and the light setup to any sort of tripods or monopods that use that same type of Arca Swiss type bracket or plate. And lastly, another two interesting things about this flash bracket is that it has little handles so you can just use your hands to loosen these screws. And once you loosen this middle screw right here, you can actually turn this part right here onto the side. So in case you want to mount your camera to your sort of tripods or monopods that use the Arca Swiss type, you can attach it like this. And if you want to go ahead and make any sort of reels or TikTok videos, you can actually attach it like this too. So you can attach it like that to your monopod or tripod. Before I show you guys the photo shoot that I did using the Godox Lux Master, I did want to go over some of the features that it does have. I think I already went over a lot of the main features it has, but in case I didn't, I'll throw a couple of features that I did not mention on the screen right now, which are pretty much the standard technical features that you want to know about the light. One thing that I didn't see on the listing for this light is that it didn't say a watt-second power output for the light. It did say though that it did have a guide number of 82, and what I felt when I used this light is it was around 80 watt-seconds of power. Almost forgot to show you guys how the flash looks like when it's attached to a camera via the flash bracket here on the bottom. So this is how that setup would look like. This is the Sony ZV-E1 with a vintage lens called the Jupiter 9, which is an 85mm f2. I actually do want to do another photo shoot using the setup like this, using the light like this, very direct, because the photo shoot that you're going to see at the end of the video, that is going to be with the flash off camera. I want to give a huge thanks to a couple different people. Debani, who was the model, she did a great job at modeling, and I actually let her know a day in advance if she was able to model, and she was. If you think she did a great job, definitely give her a follow on Instagram. I'll leave a link to her Instagram in the description area below, as well as on the bottom of the screen. I also want to thank my friend Omar, who assisted me on that photo shoot. I'll leave a link to his Instagram on the bottom of the screen, as well as the description area below. It was a hot day and he didn't have to assist me, but he did, so I want to give a huge thanks to him. And lastly, I want to give a big thanks to my wife Ashley, who actually was babysitting at the photo shoot. You might actually see our niece in the video as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned a little bit about the Godox Lux Master. It's seriously such a cool light. I highly recommend you get one in case you're a Star Wars nerd or a Men in Black nerd, or just someone that wants an interesting flash. Then you can definitely check this light out. I'll leave a link to it in the description area below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider giving it a like and also subscribing to my channel because I have a lot of content coming soon. I always work hard at my photo shoots, so I really do hope you guys enjoy some of the photos from the photo shoot that I did using the Godox Lux Master, and I'm curious to know which one is your favorite, so let me know in the comment section below. For now, I'll just say take care guys, and I'll see you in the very next video.
Before your life was so boring, I got up, went to work just to get back home and repeat. Before you, I just felt nothing. I didn't dare to take risks. Now we be staying up all night. We don't have to sleep cause we're crazy in love, yeah. You make me wanna love like I'm 20 years young. With you I'm not the same. With you I'm not afraid. You make me wanna run like a kid with the kite. You make me wanna die from a cliff way too high. You make me wanna go where there's nowhere to hide. With you I'm not the same. With you I'm not afraid. With you I'm not the same. With you I'm not afraid. I used to be a big quitter. I couldn't take a leap even if I knew that I should. It made me lonely and bitter, but that was all before you. Now we be staying up all night. We don't have to sleep 'cause we're crazy in love. Oh, even if we start to fight, we know we can work it out, baby. Ooh, you make me wanna shout at the top of my lungs. You make me wanna jump when you tell me to jump. You make me wanna love like I'm 20 years young. With you I'm not the same. With you I'm not afraid. You make me wanna run, 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 You make me wanna shout at the top of my lungs. You make me wanna jump when you tell me to jump. You make me wanna love like I'm 20 years young. With you I'm not the same. With you I'm not afraid. You make me wanna run like a kid with the kite. You make me wanna die from a cliff way too high. You make me wanna go where there's nowhere to hide. With you I'm not the same. With you I'm not afraid.
I'm done. Wait, actually, behind the scene.
Alright.